ceremony for Equus Workforce Solutions. We are so proud to partner with the U.S. Department of Labor under the National Standards for Registered Apprenticeship Programs. My name is Deborah Giordano, Vice President of Service Delivery and the Master of Ceremonies for this event. Today, we are joined by leaders from the U.S. Department of Labor, Equus Workforce Solutions, and Bright Spring Health Services. It is now my great privilege to introduce our opening speaker. Susie G. Levine is the Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary in the Office of the Assistant Secretary for the Employment and Training Administration at the U.S. Department of Labor. Ms. Levine brings relevant experience and expertise from the public, private, and nonprofit sectors to have impact and help people navigate their paths to lifelong career readiness. Most recently, she served on the cabinet of Washington State Governor Jay Inslee as the Commissioner for the Employment Security Department, where she oversaw the launch of the nation's first built-from-scratch paid family and medical leave program, led the agency through the pandemic, and helped generate momentum to expand support for military spouse employment. She gained her passion for the workforce while serving as the United States Ambassador to Switzerland and Liechtenstein from June 2014 until January 2017. During that time, she played a key role in the signing of a joint declaration of intent between Switzerland and the United States to collaborate on apprenticeship and partnered with 30 companies to bring and/or expand their Swiss-style apprenticeship model into the U.S. Susie's passion for apprenticeship and careers is evident through her service on Governor Inslee's Career Connect Washington Task Force, the CareerWise Colorado Board, the Markle Foundation's Rework America Task Force, and the ETH, a Swiss university, Center on the Economics and Management of Education and Training Advisory Board. Her roles in the public sector as ambassador, commissioner, and now acting assistant secretary are the latest turns in a diverse and nonlinear career in which she has sustained a laser focus on impact. Susie?
Thank you so much. Can you all hear me okay?
Can.
Awesome. So always need to make sure to check in on that, on the virtual thing. I am so honored to be included in this at your signing on for registered apprenticeship with Equus Workforce Solutions. And with regards to the passion around workforce, one of the things that I saw when I was serving as our United States Ambassador to Switzerland and Liechtenstein from June 2014 until January 2017 was a culture of career, a place where as young people thought about what do I want to be when I grow up, they knew that there were many paths to their dream. Now, granted, it was Switzerland, so they didn't have an American dream, they had a Swiss dream, but that there were many paths open to them, and that those paths would be available to them throughout their lives. So it wasn't just starting out what would be a good pathway to success, but then ultimately, how do they remain career ready throughout their lives? And apprenticeship was pervasive in that environment. And I became passionate at that time about how do we expand that here in the United States, recognizing that apprenticeship, and especially registered apprenticeship, was already embraced and held dear by the trades. How do we expand that? How do we diversify that to new industries, diversify that to new people who hadn't previously thought about that as an option for them? And the work that I was able to do in partnership at that time with the Department of Labor inspired me. And since returning, as you just shared, and thank you so much for sharing some of the steps that I've taken in my career, I've stayed dedicated to how do we help people access the dignity of work? And now with this administration, it is a question of how do we double down? How do we double down not just on apprenticeship, but specifically registered apprenticeship? And how do we really bring up and enhance that system that allows individuals in a hands-on way to grow and to develop their careers and truly have access to that American dream. So I will pause there because I know you guys have a number of questions and open it up to that.
Thank you so much, Susie. We really appreciate those remarks. Now I would like to introduce Bright Spring Health Services President and CEO, John Rousseau.
Hi there, good afternoon. Thank you, Deb. On behalf of our entire organization, I want to first thank the U.S. Department of Labor for their partnership and for joining us in today's ceremony. I also want to thank our Equus Workforce Solutions team for their excellent leadership in not only becoming an RAP intermediary, but also for the work they are doing to educate our operators about the many ways that registered apprenticeships can help address some of our most pressing workforce challenges. As a diverse 50-state organization with a large presence in the long-term care space, BrightSpring is excited about establishing several registered apprenticeships across the provider and pharmacy sides of our business. We fully anticipate that this will enhance our recruitment and retention efforts by demonstrating clear learning pathways and our investment in the development and training of our people. It is critical. The services on the healthcare side of our company help seniors age in place at home and support people with disabilities in living and working in community-based settings. As 10 million baby boomers turn 65 every year, the demand for in-home services is exploding, and the challenge to recruit and retain staff is constant. The COVID-19 pandemic has both exacerbated our workforce challenges while expanding the demand and focus on providing more services in home-based settings. To give you a sense of our scale, we have over 50,000 employees today, and between vacancies and demand in the industries we serve, we could easily expand our workforce by 20%, or 10,000 employees, if we can find and retain the right candidates. While we serve almost 400,000 people a day, we literally turn hundreds of potential new clients and patients away each month due to not having enough workers to safely provide the care. In short, the timing for our engagement in the registered apprenticeship program could not be better or more important and impactful. We believe that by offering registered apprenticeships, we not only will better meet our needs and the needs of our employees, but we will also expand the pool of workers in industries that are desperate for them with very rewarding jobs and careers. As a healthcare provider, your number one priority must always be quality. If you don't have quality services, you don't have a business. And your quality is only as good as your people and your workforce. Our employees have tough jobs. While mission focused, they are tough, and constantly our team rises to the occasion in the toughest of moments where and when people really need them. The stories of how our workers stepped up during COVID to protect our country's most vulnerable citizens and really serving as a lifeline to them are incredible, and it was their commitment and heroism that drove our organization, having COVID infection rates well below half the national average throughout the pandemic. We need more caring and well-trained employees to meet our commitment to providing quality services, and I have become absolutely convinced by our Equus industry intermediary team that registered apprenticeships is a critical vehicle for us to deliver on that commitment. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mark Douglas, the president of Equus Workforce Solutions, and thank you again. Mark?
Thanks, John. On behalf of all the Equus Workforce Solutions and our industry intermediary team, thank you for joining us today. Equus has been delivering workforce solutions for more than 50 years. Our over 3,000 employees deliver services in 34 states, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands, assisting approximately 1.6 million job seekers and thousands of employers annually. And as we work into the recovery, we know that number is going to grow. Together with our partners and collaborators, we work every day to create opportunities and change lives. As the most comprehensive provider of workforce development services in North America, Equus is uniquely positioned to connect career seekers, especially those who may be underrepresented in certain occupations and industries with apprenticeship opportunities. As an industry intermediary for registered apprenticeship expansion, and as a national sponsor, the Equus intermediary team serves as a conduit between employers and other industry partners and the department's Office of Apprenticeship to accelerate apprenticeship program development and help create new sector-based apprenticeship partnerships at the regional and national level with a focus on the healthcare and health information technology industries. Today's signing ceremony represents our earliest efforts and demonstrates our commitment to supporting apprenticeships as an important tool for both individuals and businesses. And our partnership with John and the rest of BrightSpring really advances that initiative. Now, Deb?
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, John. It is my pleasure to now introduce John V. Ladd, Administrator for the Office of Apprenticeship in the Employment and Training Administration at the U.S. Department of Labor. John became Administrator of the Office of Apprenticeship in January 2008. As the Administrator, he has responsibility for oversight of the National Registered Apprenticeship System. Prior to his appointment as Administrator, John served as the Deputy Administrator for the Office of National Response and the Director of Regional Management in the Office of Field Operations. He also has extensive experience in ETA's regional offices and at the local level of the public workforce system, having worked in Boston, Massachusetts, and Stamford, Connecticut. After John makes his remarks, he will be joined by Michelle Day, National Workforce Solutions Director for Equus, to sign the official sponsorship documents and to make closing remarks. John?
Great, thanks, Deb. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks so much for being here today. We really appreciate all the efforts that have gone into making today possible. This is a great moment and a great opportunity to recognize all the hard work that's gone into these standards. So I want to thank all of the team there at Equus. I also want to thank all the folks on my team that work so closely with you all. Bill Kraus down in the Atlanta region, Andy Ridgway and his team here in the national office. So we're really thrilled to have Equus now as part of the National Apprenticeship System. Healthcare is such an important area for us as a nation, and particularly a high priority here for us in the Office of Apprenticeship to expand apprenticeship opportunities related to healthcare. So we're really excited about those opportunities as well as some of the other occupations that Equus has put forward today. There may be some of you on the phone who aren't exactly clear what the program is. And we're also thrilled to announce today that we've also signed national guideline standards with Equus. And I just did that a few hours ago. So what's really exciting about both of those models are that national programs really take the hard work for employers that want to stand up an apprenticeship program. It takes that hard work away because the work's been done for them. A national program means that Equus is the sponsor for that program. And employers can simply sign up and say, I want to join that program. The curriculum's been developed. Equus will administer the program. They'll deal with the reporting. They manage the relationship with DOL. So it's really a turnkey solution for starting an apprenticeship program. And we really want to congratulate Equus on their incredible leadership for this effort. The question that I was asked to think about a little bit is, to talk a little bit about what the ROI for apprenticeship is for employers. And what's really exciting there is that we have a strong case to make that apprenticeship does provide a real bottom line ROI for employers. We know apprenticeship works for workers. We have evidence that someone who goes through and completes an apprenticeship program will earn at least $300,000 more over the course of their lifetime. We know that it's an incredible investment for the public sector. In fact, when the research was done, the data that came back was that for every dollar the public invests, we get $28 back in public investment, which is an incredible return. But of course, you know, the key here is to make sure that apprenticeship works for employers and for industry. And there we have good evidence as well. We believe that employers will see about $1.50 back for every dollar invested in an apprenticeship program. And about 4 years ago, our partners over the Department of Commerce did a number of case studies and demonstrated that there is that positive return, and that positive return comes for employers, whether they're large or small, whether their apprenticeship programs are more expensive, more resource intensive. Even those resource intensive programs do provide that return on investment. So we're thrilled that really the three legs of the stool there, workers, employers, the public, all see a positive ROI for apprenticeship, and that these national programs are such an important tool because, again, they provide that turnkey solution for employers that just want to start an apprenticeship program today. So I'll stop there. We'll see if folks have other questions, but we're also prepared to sign the standards now.
All right. We can move to the signing if you'd like.
Great. I have my copy here, and we've signed these virtually as well. So should we just sign and hold them up? That work? Great. Welcome to the National Apprenticeship System, and congratulations. We're thrilled to have you as a partner, and we look forward to working with you for many years to come.
All right. Thank you, John. So I'd like to say thank you to Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary Susie Levine and John Ladd, the Administrator for the Office of Apprenticeship, Employment and Training Administration. And also a special thanks to Marissa Nixon for assisting with the coordination of this event, and Andrew Ridgway, the Chief of the Office of Apprenticeship, for attending today. A very special thanks goes out to Simi Kahina, our contract officer, and Bill Kraus, Deputy Director, for their leadership and support throughout this process. We're excited about the opportunities that we have for our career seekers to achieve their dreams. And if you'd like to learn more or connect with us, please send us an email at discoverapprenticeships@equusworks.com. Thank you so much.